Semi-live, unalive, we're here. That's pretty much it. Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Vancouver by Night, Delve into Darkness. As a warning, this is a mature game and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are available on YouTube after the game. There's VOD here on Twitch, and you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. I would like to thank our sponsor, Mikhail Artoria of Artoria Designs. And now everybody has their dice boxes.
Fun fact, I'm getting another one.
Dun dun dun.
It's so nice. I love that.
Cliff looks so surprised. It's like, it's a dice box. Okay.
Now I'm spilling dice. See what happened?
Now it's probably about 75% of my average that he will be over here in the chat, give or take. There are a few times he missed. You know, he runs his own World of Darkness games. It's fine. So go and I will pop it in the chat to Michaela Artoria on Instagram to get one of these lovely dice boxes. Throw him some cash and he can make you one of these fantastic things. So we have another sponsor as well, Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of tabletop veterans dedicated to producing quality content for multimedia like here on Twitch, to one-shots, modules, full-fledged game lines. They are available for commission work or consultations to help you make your next tabletop project see completion. Investing in the World of Darkness fan community is just one approach Martlet Games is taking to becoming one with the singularity. I don't know if I want to do that. But, and they
Margaret does.
It's the thing under New York. You can just become one with that pretty much at any time. All you have to do is...
Would not recommend.
It's fine.
Nah.
It's fine.
0 to 10 on Yelp. So Marley, they seek out new digital horizons. So returning the favor over on Patreon is spreading the word about the flock far and wide, ensures your place among the records of history. So now I would like to introduce our vampires, and we're gonna start over there with Abigail.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I will be playing Abigail, your techie Tremere, this evening.
And Ja.
Hey everybody, I am Prince, aka Dimples and Dice around the interwebs. I am playing your friendly neighborhood Banu Hakim assassin, Ja Kato. And I probably won't kill anyone tonight. Probably. Maybe. The lie detector test probably is going to determine that's a lie, but we're going to wait for that to happen.
Yeah, let's wait for that to happen. It may or may not, depending on how everybody's feeling, what's going on. And Margaret.
Hi, I am Astrid Dean, she, her, they, them, diviner_Astrid on Twitter. Margaret, she, her, not yet getting on that progress of, CBC evolution of such things. But yes, I am your Zamisi metaphysics shop owner. Quite young for her aspirations, a little bit different, but a little bit of the standard. Looking forward to what's in store for tonight.
Mordecai, who's come back to us after a bit of a hiatus.
You know, snakes, we just keep slithering back out of the ground. This is Mike, he, him, playing Mordecai, the Toreador, he, him. And he's back from, let's call it a hiatus in places unknown for unknown reasons.
I don't even know, so it's fine. Duran?
Afternoon, my name is Cliff. I am playing Duran. I don't think I'll be friendly or neighborhood today. I'll just be that Giovanni. Mordecai, we missed you, so those guys aren't getting paid. But we'll see about correcting that later.
Yes, you missed me.
And our returning special guest from last week, which would be Kat.
Hi, so I'm Rose. I play Kat. She, her. And yeah, she is your not so friendly, not so neighborhood, not really in a good mood or a good place. Bruja, who just lost her BFF, Brick, in the last episode. If you missed that, you should take a look at that episode and see what happened to him.
Things happened to him. So when last we saw this intrepid coterie, they were on another task from their good friend Cassius.
That is a very, very kind way of putting Ja's relationship with Cassius. Very, very kind.
Yeah, I was definitely waiting for your reaction to that one.
It's like,
is he though? So they went to retrieve a kind of a cube-looking item from the technocracy, because we're, making our way around the world of darkness, and eventually this coterie is probably going to make angry the entire world of darkness, and everybody's going to be gunning for them. But that's not part of my plan. That's more,
incidental.
Yeah, it's incidental. It's just, these things happen. So they retrieved that and prevented the tentacle monster thing from coming through from the other side of wherever it was. And Brick got pulled into the, singularity thing. So we are going to pick up the next night. So I'm going to get a rouse check from everybody.
Margaret passes.
Yes, I don't need to hear from Papa tonight.
Damn it.
Success.
What the? I am very disappointed in all of you.
I'm very hungry, though. I only rolled a 2.
Mordecai. What? All right. So, Kat, in the back of your mind, after they dropped you off to the strip mall where you hang out with the rest of your Bruja and you went into the day sleep, you wake up the next evening, you hear, you actually hear Brick. Like, hey, why didn't you come and get me?
I think I need to eat something.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
You seem a bit peckish.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, at least it's better than what's usually in there.
That's fair. So, what is everyone else doing this particular evening? Don't everybody rush all at once.
Just real quick, Margaret and her face, none of y'all see ya because none of y'all show up early enough for the shop to still be open, in her standard business owner shop face. So she sees one of the herd members' first official of the night book clubs walk in, and she just kind of goes up to her, mosey up, and everything. Sort of like, talk standard things, make it seem like book club owners talk to her and everything like that. I believe the last game she was at hunger too, so I'd like to take a nip off of that herd member, and then let's see, let me double check. For dominate powers, yeah, cloud memory to make her forget about the feed.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do. So yeah, knock the one hunger off. Even if you take like half of your successes or the dice pool via the new errata, you'd be easily be able to do it.
Hard member anyway.
Ja, what are you doing this next evening?
Ja's probably messaging the group like, okay, so broke into this place. Some Bruja got sucked in a portal. We have some magical cube. And now what's next? Because I really don't want to get sucked into some portal by a tentacle monster. That just doesn't seem like my ideal end. So what can we set on fire? Who can I fight?
Abigail responds, I don't know what you can set on fire, but I'd be in the mood for a party, I think.
Ja just sends back like 8 question marks.
Abigail sends back, I don't know. I just... in that kind of mood. What can we do?
At that, Margaret will just look at Amber. Sugar, what's your favorite club right now?
The Succubus Club is pretty good from what I've heard.
Oh, something other than that. Come on.
Do you mean like goth kind of nights or like?
I mean, why the hell not?
Oh,
I'm sure the others would.
Sin City Fetish Nights is pretty good.
That sounds spectacular. And Margaret will put into text Sin City Fashion Night, and she'll probably find like a question mark emoji, exclamation mark emoji, like a nod emoji, and then like the confetti that like comes out of the ball frame.
Or a Coffin Club is good too. If you guys are looking for a night where you can kind of like blend in, I guess.
I mean, that was kind of typical that I'll send it. So she sends it through Coffin Club, Coffin, Bat, female vampire, male vampire, question mark emoji.
Ja's response is just, can I bring my sword?
How about Xeno Schism, question mark, decide there, question mark, got box for what's his nugget, exclamation mark, send.
Abigail responds back, heart emoji, bat emoji, heart emoji. Sure.
What is this with hieroglyphics now? I am not Egyptian.
Josh sends back a gif of Harry Potter getting yeeted, basically. That moment where Voldemort just knocks Harry Potter to like hell.
Child.
That's what Josh sends back.
And then Margaret sends them one where the newspaper and the pictures in the newspaper are moving just to confuse him further.
They are trying to make me break my phone. Close. No, not, don't open. Oh, Pokemon. Okay, I'll do that for a minute. No, close. People.
What does Mordecai respond to all of these particular emojis, etc.?
Well, he's smiling to himself. Let's see. That little girl gif that shrugs and says, why not both? I'm sure there's one out there that basically says, why not all of them? And he sends a gif.
Fine, meet at Xenoschism. I can't do this anymore.
So everyone is making their way to Xenoschism.
Do we invite Kat?
So after,
I think she might need a party after all of this
Xenoschism
stuff that happened.
Okay, Xenoschism has been decided on. Take a few minutes to check over the books and do my usual nightly while the suit's being laid out. And I know I gave Kat my card, but I'm pretty sure I probably swapped numbers with. So it would be okay. Oh, using my phone as a phone. This is good. I can do this.
Kat, you're getting a phone call.
Hello.
See, this is Kat. See?
Yes, it is. This is. Oh, I have you as Paisano on my phone.
See, Pisano works. Okay, no, that is a good thing. Yes.
Hey,
yes.
what's up, Duran? What's up?
We are all meeting at a little shop down in the center of the town called Xenoschism. It's a little weird, fluffy bunny arcane pagany shop that does pentacles and stones and stuff like this.
Oh, cute, yeah.
If you would be so kind as to accept our invitation to come along, it would be wonderful and bring joy to our hearts. We would like to thank you again and see what we could do to balance the scales a little bit. What has happened to your brick.
I mean, you really don't have to, but I really could let off some steam. Yeah, just text me the address. I'll get there.
We always get in some kind of a steam letting off thing. So yes, I see that. I could. Ja will be there. It will happen. See, I shall send you the address.
Please do. I'll be there on my motorbike.
Ciao.
And
Abigail's
text away.
Abigail sends a message to the group.
Oh no.
Should we invite C? Send.
Rose is invited.
Kat is invited.
Kat.
Or sorry, Kat. That's right. Sorry. Duh. Kat is invited. Yeah. Invite Big C box.
Abigail writes back, I mean the other C. Cassius. Send.
C. Big C.
Again, Margaret just says NO period, sends NO period.
Sorry, I think your mic cut out a little bit on that.
Oh, just saying that once again, Margaret sends the same thing. NO period.
Abigail sends a message to Cassius. We have the thing, but maybe not tonight. Send.
Question mark, question mark.
We need to let off steam. Send.
Leaving it in safe place, correct? Question mark.
Absolutely. Exclamation point, heart emoji, bad emoji, heart emoji.
Yeah, you basically don't get anything back from Cassius at that point, but you definitely know that this is the face he's making on the other side. So everyone's making their way to Xenoschism then, from the looks of it.
Oh, actually, while I'm on it, Kat's gonna send a text to Duran because that's the only contact she's got from the group. She just sends dress code ?
Yes, please. Dress.
Mordecai sends a text, clothing optional.
Yes, please. Dress.
Mordecai didn't get that, though. That was just a Duran.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Duran gets like a single letter K.
Comfy.
I'm just gonna look at comfy and just be like, dresses aren't comfy.
telling a Bruja to dress cash.
I'm straight up about to come to this place dressed up like Blade.
Well,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't
not my
be
plan originally, but
considering it's Sin City Fetish Nights is a possibility. You wouldn't be far off.
technically they have a
Let's
dress
skip
code
Sin City.
that's technically they do have a dress code that's no streetwear, but then again,
I
I've
mean,
not been for a while.
if it's leather and PVC, is it really streetwear?
I'm gonna leave my comment to myself.
I mean, if Ja showed up dressed like Blade, they'd let him in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. So everyone's making their way to Xenoschism. Man, Mordecai, are you making your way after being amused at all the emojis and gifs that were flying back and forth?
Why not?
So, let's fast forward to that particular point, and everyone is kind of arriving at Xenoschism.
Except for Jack.
Sure. Abigail, you'd probably be the closest at this point because Jude is not here. Jude is on vacation. Will be rejoining us next week.
Jude had some soul searching to do.
She's recruiting.
And Abigail is going to use one of Frankie's potions. Going to go with her hair. I don't really want to wear this wig right now, so she's going to go. And she's going to go black hair tonight. Because, yeah, that's the thing.
Yes.
Blackish hair.
Blackish hair, yeah. So, yeah, Abigail's going to do that. So I'm marking off that I've used one. And she's going to arrive. Hello, Margaret, how are you?
I'm doing just spectacular. Thank you very much. And I did do the flesh crafting face change shit, so she's not in business face. Sorry, Steve Rouse passed 3 successes. So since she knows, Miss Bruja is making her way over, she's gonna go back to that Tilda Swinton meets Simone Simmons look. But yeah, she's just like, oh, I am just spectacular. Sorry I was so fervent of not wanting to see Cassius around, but I figure we could use a break. I did like that talk of letting off some steam, because, you know, we shouldn't do it on job.
It's perfectly okay. I just let Cassius know that we do have the thing so that he knows that when he does want it, we will have it. But that he is not so much unwelcome tonight, but that we'd prefer just to have some time to ourselves.
I mean,
So if
we
he
let
wanted
off
it tonight,
that
he
for how
couldn't
long?
have it though. I'm just saying, we're in charge. Right, Abigail? We're in charge. Everybody's saying we're in
I know
charge.
in the States that possession is now tense of the law, but how does Canada see such a thing?
I don't know.
It's kind of the same thing, really.
I don't know. I'm not really fond of discussing ethics. And yes. Because,
Kindred discussing ethics sounds fascinating.
Yes, no, I prefer not to discuss ethics. Out of character, because I'm doing a course in ethics right now, and I have.
She's got a lot of reading. She's got a book that she has to like have a clamp so that she can keep it open. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Ciao, Bellas and Bellows. How is the Sundown Appreciation League and Book Club this evening?
And book club.
Very well, Mr. Duran. How are you this evening? How is business?
Business is good. See. So
Excellent.
we are getting rid of this, right? Tonight.
Well, we're told, you know what? If you really want to, we can just drop by
I
the
know what
King
that
Chantry
is.
really quickly, and I can grab that and give it to Cassius, because you probably don't want to keep it in your possession.
No, I do not.
Okay, so in that case, I think Abigail's actually going to grab it from, since the Tremere transfer is not that far away, I think Abigail's going to grab it from Duran and make her exit, and she's just going to go to the Chantry and drop it off.
All right.
You going to be able to get in this time?
Do you want some gloves?
I hope so.
Do you want some gloves?
If we could wrap it up in something, do you have a scarf or something, Mr.
Oh, we are in Xenoschism. We have bags. See?
Oh, yes, that would work too.
Yes, but if you did want a scarf, we do got some of those shawls, cloaks, things of that nature, but a scarf would likely be best.
I am sinking a very expensive leather bag and put it on Cassius's account.
I mean, unfortunately, we just sold out of the leather bags, but I do have this one that's woven.
The most
bueno made of wool, so we can put it in there.
The most expensive bag you have. Cassius should receive his toys.
Yes, the wool.
Yeah.
I think it's made of alpaca, actually. So she'll just go ahead and grab it. It's just like a little thing you just throw over the shoulder. And it probably has a tag like, the farms, like ethical and like things like that. So she'll
Buena.
Rip the price
Bueno.
Give it to Amber, and she'll make the notes on Cassius's tab.
Yeah, she will. So whilst Abigail is going off and doing the delivery, which shouldn't take too long, we're going to do a quick fast forward to that in game time. And Mordecai and Kat are arriving at Xenoschism whilst Abigail is gone.
So I could always describe first, just for what Mordecai sees.
Yes.
Yeah, you see this this person on a motorbike pull up in front of the Xenoschism. Very like sexy hair reveal, like gold hair sort of just tumbles down loose. She pulls out this like bright pink like burner phone and just like, yeah, that's it. And she just clips her helmet onto one of the bars and then heads on in. I'm not sure if she sees Mordecai or not.
Well, you would see the limo.
You would see a substantial black limousine pull up. The driver, the best description of her, if you can remember the Superman animated series, Lex Luthor had his personal assistant, Mercy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Exactly like that.
Oh, neat.
Like muscular, beautiful woman gets out, goes to the back of the limo, opens it up. Mordecai is usually dressed wine colored or maroon colored, gets out. Kisses her hand, swats her in the backside. She goes back to the front of the limo, strolls very nonchalantly, taking in sort of the scene, who might be there or who might not be there. Remembers that he's pretty much the only one with an actual vehicle. Has a smile at the Xenoschism van. Sees you. You're new.
You're new too.
Oh no, I've been here a long time.
Oh, wait.
Welcome to Xenoschism.
Oh, thanks. So do we chat here, make out here, or do we go on inside?
Oh, no. Making out. He pulls out a card. Holds it to her. Making out happens here.
She takes the card. What's it say on it?
I don't think I've ever actually named them, actually.
The 4F Club.
The 4...
The 4F. the 4F Club, yeah.
It's fitting.
What were the
It's
4?
fitting.
Yeah, speaking of our language warning, what were the 4 Fs again, Chris?
Oh damn!
Fuck,
It
it
was
was like
fighting.
The fucking fucking club.
fighting. Fighting was in there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. The fucking freaky, the fucking freaky fucking and fighting club.
something like that. Yeah.
She
It has an address and a phone number.
she tucks that into like the breast pocket there, and like, oh yeah, keep that in mind. Not really my style per se, but
What does she look like?
sorry.
Cat, I mean, what does Cat look like?
Built female,
Biker?
blonde, biker type.
It's your
She's.
style.
It's like, all right then. Guess I'll be the gentleman. She goes for the door, opens it, gestures in. Big shit-eating grin on her face.
You're learning. Good. Go in.
She
Feel
just
like
suffers a huge eye roll and follows him.
And
I
he
feel
stops
like
in the doorway,
Oh, sorry.
reaches up with his stick, rattles the bell.
John rolls his eyes.
Peggy, I'm home.
Yeah, no, she came out of the back room because she went into change, casual clothes. So she'd probably see that, but now because it's Pride Month, she's in type of 60s typical light sweater with the rainbow stripes, has the jumper short things on with the stockings, and then the high black go-go boots. And she's just like,
Missed you, Peg.
"Oh, it's about time you get on the other side of things."
What have you kids
Bulldozer!
been up to while I've been gone?
Hey, how you doing, sugar?
What have you kids been up to while I was away?
Saving the world.
Well, yes, but what trinket has Cassius sent us after like little dogs now?
It was a little box. Abigail is taking it off to put it in the return slot of the chantry.
What's the box do?
It was a little box with two little buttons that, if you press the wrong way, opens the portal to the land of hentai. Tentacle things come out and grab
Wasn't there
things.
a whole series of movies about
Oh,
why that's a bad idea?
See.
Yeah, but apparently this mage didn't get the memo.
And it's sort of an accomplice of mine.
See.
Which is why I suggested that we bring Cat tonight.
Thanks, John. How you doing?
I'm still getting bossed around by a Tremere. So
Now, this might be a bit of a difficult question for you to answer, Senora Cat. Do you have anything of Brick's to which he was closely attached? I don't know how much you know about my family, but sometimes those who have gone onward, we can talk with and find out whether he has gone onward or not.
Funny that. I mean, I'm kind of hungry, and I kind of heard him, which is not the usual for me. So he's close. But I also know that's the beast, and maybe I'm going through some shit. Who knows?
Possible. But if you have any of his items, I can tell very quickly if there is something that connects him to this plane still, through which we might be able to get kind of a hint.
I mean, it's a tad personal, but yeah,
that is why it is difficult to ask. But I wouldn't be a Giovanni if I didn't.
I got some of his dog tags. Not wearing them tonight, but I will tend to regularly wear them on a regular basis. Just took a little break tonight. They're a little heavy, you know.
See, we will arrange at some moment to all I need to do is touch them for a second, and then I can tell whether there is I can tell much, not everything, but enough perhaps to settle minds and hearts, and perhaps even to get a few words from somewhere else.
Knowing Brick, it's gonna be a few words. It's gonna be a few words, but it'd be nice to hear his voice, not just when I'm hungry.
It is appreciated. Grazie.
No, much grazie. Yeah, thanks. You're like above and beyond, man. I love you as a boss. I never thought I'd say that, but best boss right here.
Grazie again. It's we have to look out for each other. Vancouver is bustling with kindred, and some of them are very smart and accomplished, and many of them are very dumb.
Oh yeah, I grew up here in Richmond actually, so yeah, I know. There's definitely some stupid people.
Brick. Sorry. What? Go ahead.
No, that was it. and also like towards Jaw, because just like thanks for doing the thing. Thanks for inviting me too. Enough of this mushy stuff. Where do we want to go?
See, when Abigail gets back, where are we? What are we? Who are we?
That's not at all up to me. What you guys do from that point is up to you.
This isn't really my city, so partying is also not really my thing.
Oh.
So I will be more of a follower than a leader tonight, unless it becomes a situation where we use swords, in which case I will be the uncontested leader.
We have so far been to the Succubus Club where we pissed off one person.
Yeah. No.
Pissing people off is really what we do, so I'm not too stressed about that. Like, more likely than not, most of the places we end up, we're going to piss someone off.
See, I think we should pick a new place.
And not to be the bearer of bad news there, Duran, but actually I've got on known authority that a lot of posers tend to go to Succubus Club.
Well,
and that's not a dig. That's not even a dig. That's just a lot of, oh my god, I'm goth, like to go there. Trust.
Guy like gets on his phone. Oh, that's what poser means. Got it.
See.
Yeah.
Junk food.
Understand, I've been out of society a bit, training to be an assassin, probably about 45 years. So coming back to things and just getting back in the groove is still a little different for me. I've watched a lot of movies and played some video games, though. Surprisingly entertaining.
I mean, if Sin's happening, if Sin City's happening, that's another place that's a little more on the hardcore edge. But Coffin Club will fit in no problem. Been there quite often, actually. Those are my votes.
John doesn't fit in anywhere. He's got obvious predators, so John generally goes into places and just activates Daunt just so people don't bother him.
Okay then.
Let's skip the poses. Let's skip the easy. Nothing's interesting. Go to the sinning place. My mom will be turning over in her grave, but screw her.
Nah, bulldozer with a name like that, no, you'll fit in fine.
I'm sure Mr. Giovanni could find you a way to do that if you wanted to.
Quite likely.
Yeah, he was kind of cruel.
I'm glad that you're not one of the ones that deny it, Mr. Giovanni.
Well, if it is of no use if it is not embraced, so to speak.
Is Abigail actually out of character? Is Abigail back yet?
Abigail has not returned back yet, but we'll do the quick exchange. So you pull up to the Chantry on, I'm assuming, your bicycle? Your rental bike. And you go into the Chantry. It's not at all locked at this particular point in time, but there is certain bits that you kind of have to do certain pressure plates you have to push in order to gain entry. But for you, it's not locked. For everybody else, it's pretty secure. And you find Cassius in his laboratory.
Good evening, Cassius. We figured we'd drop this off to you. Well, I would drop this off to you because obviously I'm not going to bring anybody here. I figured I'd drop this off to you. It's secured so that... Well, okay, so there's 2 buttons. It opens up a portal. There are things... It's like a Cthulhu.
Tentacles.
It just... Yes, that. So I would be careful, but here you go. And nobody really got harmed this time except a mage. A lot. But here it is.
So nobody was harmed in retrieving this?
Or Brick.
Okay, well, no, that's
Nobody of
there were
consequence.
some anarchs that were helping us, and unfortunately, one of them did get sucked into the portal. We don't know whether this would have rendered a final death upon him or not, but he was sucked in. So he is unfortunately lost to us, and I personally don't want to open that thing because whatever it was that came out of there was not something that I want to deal with again.
No one tried to retrieve him?
No, because there were tentacles coming out at us, and none of us really have experience with that sort of thing. So we closed it up quickly because we didn't want the tentacles to come out and potentially take over Vancouver or the world.
Was there anything else in the area? You said there was a mage harmed.
Well, yes, the mage, the group collectively decided that the mage should probably not be around. So the mage was harmed. And then there was a Mark 5, I believe. Yes, it was pretty much crushed, but to be perfectly honest, we didn't stick around long enough. We just wanted to get out of there because it looked like it was going to be a bad scene if any other mages showed up.
Probably a good idea, depending on... I believe it was technocracy that wanted this particular thing.
Yes, that is what you said. So
they kind of have their own version of the Masquerade, and they kind of take care of those particular messes. Makes it a little easier for us to maintain it, all things considered.
What do they call it? Is it I think somebody once mentioned to me it's called paradox for mages or something like that.
Yeah, it's something a little different.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, I'll leave you to it. I think we all need to blow off some steam, and no offense or anything. You know, I love you, but everybody else is still warming up too. So I think they need to blow off some steam somewhere without you. If you wish to task us with anything else, well, I suppose it can wait.
There will be something, but it can wait.
All right.
And then you leave? And then Abigail would be kind of making her way back to the Xenoschism as everybody is kind of making the final decisions on where to go.
Yes.
Guy's practicing dance moves that he's seen on the TikTok. And he's got his sword between his back, and he's trying to make sure that he can move enough with the sword there and not hurt himself. But he looks pretty good.
Yeah,
Looks pretty
Amber's
good.
probably helping him, showing him some of the goth scene club stuff too. Spotting.
That's like a couple of those things. Nah.
Yeah, the
few of
picking an
them.
apple, examining the apple, throwing the apple behind you type dance.
Kat's gonna like record some of it and just like, this isn't going anywhere. This is just too cute. This
You
is
mean the
for personal
Macarena
use.
is not still something that people do?
Oh, it's still something people do, just ironically.
and at weddings.
This is why I use the TikTok.
It's a good place to find weird shit, but You find it, yeah.
There's lots of weird shit on there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of us on there. Absolutely fucking the Masquerade.
Oh yeah.
I don't post, I just watch.
Out of character, there's a lot of Vampire the Masquerade crap on TikTok.
There
Yeah,
is.
I know.
There is.
I know. Follow a lot of them.
So you're making your way to Sin City Fetish Nights?
Yeah, hopefully we like either run into Abigail or Abigail's already with us at that point.
Well, Abigail would have come back just soon
Okay.
before the last bit.
Hello, Kat.
Hey.
How are you feeling? A little better, maybe, or just one?
Honestly, I'm gonna go to. Apparently, we're going to Sin, and we're gonna get crunk. I don't know. I'm very happy for this development.
All right. Well, so you said Coffin Club or you said Sin City?
Sin City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, surprised me too.
Fetish it is then. All right. That will be interesting.
Exactly what are we getting into again?
And Mr. Jot, are you familiar with where we're going?
No.
All right.
No.
Abigail,
This will be a great education.
Shows her phone, and basically puts in BDSM into it and the definition, and hands it over to Ja for the moment.
So Ja's looking at this like,
Cat looks over the shoulder and just is like, oh my, Abigail.
That's what a fetish night is. Oh, come now. You knew that, Cat. I'm sure you... I can tell by the look on your face you knew that.
What look?
You know,
I'm gonna have so much fun.
I was turned in the free love 70s. But this wasn't as much of a thing in the circles I was in.
Would you prefer maybe to go to Coffin Club? It's mainly just music and dancing.
No, I have a feeling people will be into blades in this place, so my sword might be allowed. Maybe.
Not such an extravagant one, but if you got some that you can like strap on your arms and your thighs.
You have to understand, I don't need to bring my sword with me. My sword
you already
will
got
always
one,
come to me.
At the same
I
time,
believe that was an innuendo.
At the same time, guys, also, we can be pretty convincing.
Up to you. I'm there for the music. You know, there are those fetish nights where you have the people that are, doing their thing, and then you have those that are there to simply dance and be pretty. I'm not necessarily the be pretty part, but I like the dancing part, so.
I wonder if they're hiring bouncers.
They probably are.
Find your own fun, literally.
Yes. That sounds like
Let's
a
go
plan.
to this
Shall we then?
place. This sounds interesting.
Let's
like
give
you
you
said, Abigail, a learning experience.
I said that? Okay.
No, I said
sure.
that.
Oh.
Sure. That's
said
fine.
it.
That's something that I would say,
You showed me your phone. That was a learning experience. Good God.
Okay.
You know you're not supposed to swipe on images if someone shows you. Never mind.
This is gonna be fun.
Mordecai, you were saying?
No, I was just going to point you in the direction of the thing.
The thing I just replied to in our private chat?
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to make your way over to Sin City Fetish Nights, which is a real thing, by the way. It
Sin City
happens occasionally.
Once a month, I think.
Either a once a month or a yearly event that they host in Toronto. by DJ Evelyn 13 and DJ, I can't remember his name. The other guy. It's Restricted Entertainment. That's all I know. Which they have DJ nights here on Twitch. So go check those out. So you pull up and, it seems like a kind of busy night for this particular evening. There's a lot of PVC, a lot of high boots. By high boots, I mean platforms that also extend high on the leg. There is kind of fetishy outfits. There's a lot of... It seems like you can definitely hear, like you can almost feel the music more than you can hear it from the outside. Like it is just definitely loud and reverberating through everything as soon as you get out of the car.
Okay.
So I guess we get in the lineup.
Mordecai?
Yeah,
You
maybe
don't do lineups, do you?
Lineups.
Oh,
She's-
really?
And this,
I like her.
This-
She's cute.
this is why Mordecai is here.
The presence hammer.
All right, Daddy. So I
Sin-
just hang off your arm, or do we all hang off your
Sin-
arm? How's this work?
Sin City. I fund it. So get out of the limo. Anyone who wants to have an arm, you're welcome to have an arm. I am a gentleman, if nothing else.
Cat makes a great big show of like on your arm, just for shits and gigs.
Abigail very, very kindly declines.
Yeah, Margaret's already bullsing out the door, so she's first one out the door.
Dad just walks by the crowd, like that's in the line, like literally walks down the whole length of the line, activates Daunt right as he gets to the start of the line, and then just mean mugs everybody all
Oh, man. Here comes Daunt.
Meanwhile, I'm turning on off.
These
Aw.
people are going to be very
Because I can.
confused.
because then John's just gonna stand by Mordecai.
Run away or...
Fight or flight. Perfect.
One of my favorite things to do.
So, yeah, there's nothing for Daunt that you need to do. Awe is
Unless you're in
manipulation plus presence versus their composure and intelligence, which I have already rolled for.
Manipulation plus presence.
Mind you, the Jat is only like 5'7" and about 160 pounds. He's not a very big dude.
But right now, he's a kind of a scary dude.
Terrifying.
Even more so than usual, because you have obvious predator as well. So that's
You wanted it's 6 the successes? 6 and up?
yeah, that's way more than enough.
No. I was just asking. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
Yeah, I had 3 successes on 4 dice, so yeah, you kind of crushed that one. What is Mordecai going to be doing? Because everybody in the line is very, very confused right now. They are not sure if they should run away or go towards the tandem duo of Ja and Mordecai.
Beacon of yes. Well, I mean, they're just going to walk straight up to the door.
There's the usual big burly security guard type there that is like, yeah, lineups over there.
And here we go.
Cat looks up at Mordecai just like,
Really? That's. If only you knew, my friend. That's all right. That's all right. You did not know I was actually funding this entrancement.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
pull up the big guns.
I don't think he knows or cares who's funding it.
He's going to.
Charisma plus presence versus composure and
Rouse
wits.
success. Charisma and presence.
Charisma and presence. which is their 4 dice. Yeah, you won. It's over.
Oh yeah, I know I won. You know,
Everything here is completely blank. It's fine.
8.
Yeah, it's a lot. Wrapped fascination or infatuation akin to falling head over heels in love or meeting one's lifelong idol. So he's like, oh yeah, yeah, you're totally, yeah. Are you paying for people to come in, or do you want them all in? Is everybody on the list?
You know, how many of these people? Points down the line. How many of them can we fit in?
Only about 20 or so at this point.
All right,
It's
well,
pretty packed in there.
Give me your machine. Charge me for the next 200, and then just send them in as soon as there's room.
Oh yeah, all right.
And we'll just go in along at this point right away.
Again, just on your arm. She's just like, Cat's just stunned, like, okay, you're good to have around.
And since we're going into a kind of a gothish, essentially a BDSM club, let's do a quick vibe check with everybody and see how everybody's feeling.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm good. I think for the most part, the only thing I think really highly like sexy per se is that I do plan on feeding in some or other creative sort of way, but at the same time, keeping it chill. You know, like let's keep it PG-13 for me at the very least. I'm cool with it. I'm like cool with anything. I'm fine. Just for the rest of the folks and for the audience, and just like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
It's obviously it's always okay to say if it's not fine, and that's what we're, that's why we're doing the vibe check. I personally would prefer if we, stayed in the non-kinkish area of it, just so that we don't get anywhere that we can possibly cross any lines.
Yeah. So you go in, and the music is even louder in here. It's almost like everyone once again has the feeling of having a heartbeat. Like it's hitting in waves that are really, really fast, and you can feel it through your entire kind of essence. Like it's almost like you walk into a wall of sound when you come in across the threshold. And there are people dancing on the dance floor, like imbibing some alcoholic drinks. That it seems like a good kind of partyish atmosphere. It doesn't seem incredibly packed. It looks like they're actually kind of abiding by the certain laws that you need to have maximum of this many people, and it's not packed or anything, but it is it's a busy night. What is everybody doing?
Is Bartleby in the club?
Funny you should ask. Bartleby is the DJ. And for those who haven't experienced DJ Bartleby as a DJ, he's got kind of reddish hair that's sort of longish, but not really. And he has a weird tendency whilst DJing, even when not at fetish nights, to remove his t-shirt for some reason. And he's just DJing, doing whatever it is that he needs to do to keep the crowd going, keep the energy flowing.
Okay. I'm gonna send a text message to Cassius saying, what did you want me to do about Bartleby again? ?
It takes a couple, like 2 or 3 minutes before a response comes back, and you get nothing right now.
Okay, I'm gonna send back. Okay, good. Have a good night. Send.
And then you get another one back, like almost immediately after that. keep an eye on him just in case you can determine who his controller is.
I send back. I thought he wasn't under control yet? Question mark.
You'd like to think so, period.
I send back. All right. Understood. Have a good night. Send.
What are everybody else's reactions to the rather warm dance club? Because the body heat of everybody just ups the temperature in the surrounding area by about 5 degrees. It makes it a little more toasty in here than it is on the outside.
Ja's definitely not going to use Blush of Life in this situation. Not going to waste his time. Normally, this would be one of those situations.
Yeah, you still have Daunt up, right? So there'd be kind of like...
I still have Daunt.
Yeah, when Ja moves through the crowd, there's like kind of a... It's almost like a wave that you see around him. Like people are kind of moving as far away from...
Until Ja can get into like a good people watching perch, Daunt is on, and as soon as he finds a space where there's not a bunch of people where he can just stand and people watch and take all of this in, because this is a very different situation for Ja, then he drops Daunt. And then it's just like...
There's kind of two separate layers. They're kind of like balconies, because there's the main dance floor, but you can get up to 2 different balconies that are on either side of the building. They kind of look down on the dance floor. Like if you get up on one of those, you can kind of go to one of the corners and people watch from that point.
Yep. Then that's what he's doing for the moment. But he's going to dance.
You realize I'm going to make you roll for that, right?
Absolutely. But dancing is what my one of my specialties are. So I have to, even if I fail, I have to.
Yeah. Margaret, what are you doing during the dance revolution that
So
is going to
her
do?
days of dancing are mom behind her. That's my way of saying she has 0 ranks in performance. But so she'll go to the bar, order something like a gimlet, and then find a wall to kind of like people watch against things like that. Ja made the comment of being embracing free love era. She was embracing the free drug era. She's not hungry right now, but she knows if even at 1 hunger, she doesn't want to drain a person. But in a place like this, people are going to be on some interesting drugs, so might as well scope that out.
Duran?
I'm going to stroll away from the crowd, from the little gang. Go for a bit of a wander, check out the back rooms. I'm going to check the shroud through this area.
Ooh. There's something I wasn't expecting to happen. All right, so let's do one of those rolls to see what the shroud is looking like.
Yep, first of all, it's a rouse, which I failed. Fortunately, I'm in kind of my swimming pool is when it comes to feeding, so I won't have to worry about that all that much. But yeah, so
Duran,
si padre,
you're disappointing me again. Look at your surroundings.
Si padre,
I can't hear you.
This is not where you should be.
Why?
It's not very Catholic in here, is it? Oh wait, there's a cross. Never mind.
I see crosses. I just saw 2 nuns go by. One with a scourge.
The beast is very confused. Let's put it that way.
See, I will have a snack shortly. I might follow those nuns.
So let's check the shroud.
Oh, wow. And the shroud. Holy crow. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
4 successes. So
yes.
after you kind of have an issue with your beast, but you convince the beast that, it's fine, don't worry about it. You blink your eyes a few times, and your eyes kind of go kind of a milky gray, and you open your senses to to pierce beyond the shroud, and you see the club itself looks similar, but not the same. Like, there is definitely kind of a gray and a rot, almost a moldy aspect to it, and it is there's a few kind of specters that are around, few wraiths that are here, that are kind of they don't seem to be enjoying what's going on necessarily. It seems like they are kind of connected to some of the people in the crowd. Like, they seem to be kind of, you can kind of pick out the people once they move around a little bit, and they kind of go to the dance floor, or go back to wherever their friends are and hanging out with their drinks. The wraith kind of follows them and then follows them back. It's like that particular person is holding on to one of their fetters, or if they're the person themselves are one of the fetters of the wraiths. It's kind of like a connection that way.
So am I getting a sense that the shroud is kind of thin through this area?
This area, yeah, it seems kind of really, like, not like as thin as like a graveyard or anything along those lines, but it's definitely one of the...
But definitely not as thick as normal.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit lighter, a little bit on the lighter side.
Excellent. And now I'm going to go and find some wonderfully dressed young human and have a quick snack.
Let's do a charisma and persuasion.
Yeah, charisma and persuasion will work.
I don't know if
fine.
etiquette would work in this particular case, but if you had that, you might as well use it.
I do.
There is kind of an etiquette thing that would go along with this. But
in fetish, there's a huge etiquette thing going on, particularly as relates to clothing, and as my specialization is in fashion.
I'll allow it.
I thank you. I'll take that.
Etiquette, BDSM, fashion specialty.
And that is 6 successes.
Oh, yeah. Easy enough to convince somebody to, you go for a bit of a bite. Your clan, though, has the ouch instead of the yes, when the bite happens. So some
but
dominate.
Again, fetish club. And then
that's
yeah.
true.
And then afterwards, we'll just cloud the memory so that it was kind of like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A little bit of dominate is kind of required. It's not quite the ouch they were looking for. So Abigail.
Yes. Well, I didn't go up in hunger, so I should still be at 1. So who is dancing and not dancing right now?
In the Coterie?
Yes.
Jazz kind of dancing by himself.
He's getting ready.
Yeah,
he's hyping himself up.
There's kind of a little bit of a circle around him that doesn't want to be near him, so they're kind of like muscling themselves away from Ja due to daunt. Mordecai, are you dancing?
Mordecai is walking through the place like Jesus, because I still have awe up.
That's true.
Everybody likes me.
Yeah, they're trying to get you drinks, but you don't drink that particular beverage.
So what I do is I take the drink, I hand it to somebody else, sort of do this hand-off thing where somebody else is getting a drink.
And of course, the person who gets the drink is like, am I wrong?
You're not wrong. There's people are appreciative of free drinks.
Right? I'm just
except for Mordecai, because Mordecai's giving them away. It's weird.
especially free drinks from someone as amazing as Mordecai.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mm. That's what I was thinking.
Basically walks through like a celebrity. Because in this scene, he technically is, I guess.
So you're not dancing? That's a no
Not
on the
yet.
dancing then?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Duran. Any dancing? Or I guess you'd be feeding at this particular point.
Yes, and I don't dance, so thank you for asking. I will. I will spend my time in the dark corner having a snack.
Cat, dancing?
Cat 2 is going to find herself a snack.
Manipulation, persuasion. Or etiquette. And Margaret is not dancing, just to confirm. Okay.
No, she like, especially like the position she would have taken. She basically would have gone like as far back as possible. She would have seen Mordecai finally noticed the dance route, and she just thought, motherfucker, something good for nothing. Tend to take a drink, walk further deeper along, maybe closer to the bathrooms, maybe closer to the back rooms, because if she's gonna find anyone doing drugs or currently on drugs is gonna go after Mordecai. So she's just separation.
I critted, so that's an additional 1 or 2 successes.
Did you get 2 crits?
Oh yeah, it was like 2 10s.
2 10s?
And
Any
then-
other
and then-
successes?
And then 2 successes, just by themselves.
So that's like 6 successes. Yeah, that's
Okay.
easy enough to do. You're easily able to find somebody, you're like, oh, that one looks pretty tasty. Muckle on, and then I'm assuming licking the wound and such.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll bring you down to the 1 hunger.
Cool. I think I'm 0 for 0. I'm full. And now, then Cat's gonna dance with the guy. I'm not sure if he was into it, but she's gonna dance with the guy.
Yeah, he's feeling it. After the feeding, there's kind of that euphoric feeling afterwards. So yeah, he's kind of feeling like a dance.
She's enjoying herself.
So everyone eventually looks over, and you see somebody come in after Mordecai. And it's probably about 5 minutes after Mordecai walks through, like a celeb, like, oh, hey, how was everybody? And they just kind of, even the people who are looking at Mordecai are kind of like, because someone essentially walks in and knocks the gates off, and none of you have actually met this particular person before, but he seems super awesome because he's got majesty on.
Can we roll and find out just how super awesome he is?
Upstaged at my own.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's do Sense the Beast, but at the same time I was like, is this motherfucker I think it is? This motherfucker I think it is.
Ooh, this awesome fellow.
I don't know how to counter majesty, so
If you want to try to counter majesty, it's their charisma plus presence versus your composure plus resolve.
Okay.
Okay. Oof.
I'm gonna rouse my actually I can rouse both. I'm gonna rouse both.
If you want to risk the hunger, feel free.
We're in a club. I'm good.
I got 2 successes to resist it.
I have 5, but it's a messy crit.
I failed one of my rouse checks.
Abigail!
Not now, Winston. I'll eat. Look,
No,
look
what?
where I am.
Wait, look at that man. He is absolutely spectacular. We could have used someone like that in the war.
I'm sure he is, but I'm in a club. I'll eat. Don't worry. It's all fine. It's
Oh,
good.
yeah,
It's good.
but he's great.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Winston.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll them.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Mordecai?
8 successes.
That's great.
Yeah.
I got 5,
feeling
but it's a messy crit.
Ooh, I got 5, but no crit, not even halfway too. Oh, by the way, I roused both and they failed, so Margaret's now at 103.
Okay.
Not really.
Y'all should eat.
Yeah, you're kind of munching on some people, so you're getting kind of an interesting flow going if you grab a couple of different people in that particular area.
Yeah, and then probably just like would have like figured out which one she liked best and just be like dismiss the other one, no powers necessary. So yeah, she'd probably feel that, familiar energies with that in her back of her mind, like, I'm dealing with this fucking shit. So she rouses both fail. So I guess she'd go up to hunger 2 rather than hunger 3.
Yeah.
Because that happened during the feed. Okay, cool. Still 5 successes.
Sorry, it's composure plus what?
Resolve. Abigail, how'd you do?
I burned a willpower and I got 7 successes. I went crit fishing. Not enough, is it?
These are amazing rolls.
Sigh.
How did he do?
Nice.
How did Duran do, you mean? Or how did the person you're up against do?
Just
the last one.
I just roused, so successfully. So that's
2 extra dice. Unless you want to rouse them both.
Plus my unassailable mind. You know what? We'll rouse them both. Let's see. And yes, okay. Does that do 4 extra dice?
That would do 4 extra dice, yeah.
Damn. Okay. Holy crap. Numbers don't go that high. Okay. Let's roll that and see what happens. So, 3 criticals and 4 more successes, and there are enough failures. I'm going to blow a willpower because why not?
So 3
crits is 6.
Well, we'll wait on the criticals until you do the willpower. See if you get another crit.
If you got 3, that would
and
be
2 more successes.
2 more successes. Okay, so it's 3 crits. So that's
3
4,
crits.
5 there. How many others?
Plus 4, 5, 6 more.
11.
Yep.
That's impressive. You're all under the effects of majesty.
And not impressive enough.
And
that's impressive.
Into the club walks Connor Lilu. And this is a good time to take a bit of a break. Because he's super awesome.
moment everyone started saying party episode, I was like, here we go, we're gonna meet Cassandra Sire.
All right, so we're gonna do a quick 5-minute break, and everybody go hydrate, etc., and we will be back soon. back live. Hello again, everybody. So they went to Sin City Fetish Nights, which is a real club night here in lovely sunny-ish Vancouver. It's not really that sunny, right? Well, it's sort of sunny right now, only because the clouds have moved over top of us, and the sun is over in that direction, and it is kind of near the water. So, Vancouver, it does that. So, Sin City Fetish Nights and Connor Lalou just came in to drop a Majesty Bomb on everybody. And he got 12 successes. The nearest was Duran with 11 successes, but apparently that's fine. So close. Almost got it. So a lot of the people who were looking at Mordecai before are now looking. They're kind of doing like a back and forth type thing. They're like, "Yeah, you're here. You're cool, but it's like Captain America, man."
In this case, Captain America's ass.
It is America's ass.
So, Margaret, I'm not a Toreador, but she's gonna need to know, especially looking at this guy, how she is. What's his hair color, his eye color, his complexion, skin tone, and how is he dressed, and what is the level of jewelry that he has? Is it like overly extravagant? Is it nice statement pieces, just subtle little things?
That is a lot of questions. Okay, so
Paint the picture, Stephen.
He is blonde. He is tall, about 6'1", kind of lean-ish. He is wearing a suit shirt that is kind of like starchy, like super white. And he over top of that, he is wearing like a vest that has kind of a green overlay on it, but it's got like the black kind of underneath accents and back. He is dressed extremely well beyond that. The jewelry, he doesn't really have anything like facial or ear wise, but he's got 2 rings that he wears on his right hand. They're not costume pieces, definitely you can tell, like you're very experienced in doing this. These are like primo high quality, like he's spent a lot of money on these particular jewelry pieces. So
Abigail is feeling hungry, so despite the fact that this guy has a majesty up, she's going to smile at him and kind of fawn, but she's going to go find something to eat.
Probably a good idea. That'll be a charisma and or manipulation and not and or charisma or manipulation, and either etiquette or persuasion. I think that's the 2 we decided on.
Oh, I have a specialty in goth industrial. Does that count for my etiquette?
It certainly does.
Excellent.
It doesn't not count. Mordecai.
3 successes.
3 successes, easy enough. In this particular environment, this is kind of like home base type thing. So yeah, you're easily able to find somebody to feed off of. Mordecai, how are you reacting to the Majesty Bomb that just took away a good chunk of your attention?
It happens. I'm not too chuffed by it.
And your attention.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's why. Would I know its majesty?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, I have a kindred spirit. So I'll walk up to him.
It's Majesty adjacent.
Ouch.
So you walk up to him?
Here's the question. Does he affected by my awe?
Let me roll for that.
Great. Here they go. Big old dick measuring competition.
Well, it's on, so I figured why not.
Oh, it's definitely on.
So awe was your Manipulation and presence. What did you get on the awe roll? Refresh my
8.
memory. 8?
No.
Versus his composure and intelligence.
It was 7.
7 or 8. 7, I think. Yeah.
It was 7.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, I'm gonna love how this turns out.
Right?
Yeah.
I actually don't care if it does or not. I'm just curious.
Josh is going to get down there and be like, hey. Straight up party boy in this guy.
Abigail's actually like, while you're doing that, she's kind of saunter up to John and say, I think I might need some more dance lessons. You're really good. Because Abigail actually doesn't have anything in performance, despite being a scene queen.
I'm not sure if I'm proud or disappointed. Let's call it
Shoot.
disapproud.
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 How does Ja respond to Abigail's requirement of dance lessons?
Oh, Josh, all in. Let's dance. Let's go. It's game time now. What do you want for the roll?
Let's go with a dexterity and performance for both of you.
Excellent performance. Well, then I'm arousing my dex. Yep. And I'm hungry.
Hey, we should, let's add her to the mix. You don't have to teach her how to dance.
Not that one. There has to be other ones.
You don't have to teach her how to dance if she's in here, is what I'm saying.
No, we're not doing that. Still have work. We have jobs to do.
And that was John as Beast kind of going, maybe.
I passed my rouse and my dexterity because I don't have performance. I got 2 successes.
Oh no.
She's doing okay.
She's doing the she's doing the I'm a little reed in the wind kind of thing.
5 successes.
Oh, love that move. Love that move.
Ja is cutting a rug.
I'm giving you the Hitch, the Will Smith, where he's just like, you stay in the little box, just 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go there before you do something advanced.
Abigail's getting this. She's like, box step? 1, 2. She's okay.
Then you're gonna start doing the lawnmower, and I'm like, no, none of that.
A little bit of egg beater in there.
I saw it on the video. That it was like this. No.
Abigail grabs her one ankle and then starts doing the.
You're better off with the.
Reading the wind.
Abigail raises the leg and does the leg guitar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just goes over and starts dancing with this attractive man.
Abandoned. Okay.
Abigail's gonna need to buy some performance.
Yeah, probably. Well, this would be like your first lesson, so the in-game reason for you to buy performance.
Right?
And I mean, that's what I always try and do. Whenever, I always try and give an in-game reason for why I've used my XP. So yeah, why not?
Margaret, you're kind of zoning out a little bit, but definitely that guy down there has some presence.
Yeah, no, there's a reason I asked her the question she did. So yeah, she's definitely approaching the guy, and she, I imagine you probably sees her or something. She's just like, it is so curious you coming in here looking like you do, and the colors that you have. She has the green makeup like I do, and like me, her nails are this interesting blue color. And she's like, I see your jewelry on here, and your rings, they're nice, but you need a little something to pull it together, like a little pendant or like a little brooch, but something masculine, of course,
Do you have any suggestions?
Yes, sapphire. that is actually used to keep you on your spiritual path if you happen to be a spiritual person. But if you would like to complement it with a little bit of green, just some smaller pieces, motovolite would be a good one. Typically, it comes in smaller pieces anyway, and it does help to keep the price down on that particular specimen. That one is used for transformation and evolutionary growth. So the two together are an interesting little blend in just the way you hold yourself. So that strikes me as exactly what you need in the colors that you were demonstrating. That is what would be best for you.
And where would you suggest I pick up these particular items?
She does this laugh that Mordecai hasn't heard since before she disappeared, and just just the whole like girly, like flirty, probably just like hand down the chest sort of thing. And with her other hand, she probably like the pockets of like the amber sort of colored jumper she's wearing. She pulls out a card. She's just like, I mean, I got a little place in Gastown. I mean, it's not the best place I've ever had, but I didn't want to be too busy, and it's just such a charming little place. I mean, if you would like to come by sometime and maybe sample some things, maybe get in touch with some of the designers that I know, I would be so privileged to work with you.
Interesting. And he takes the card and he puts it in the pocket of the right pocket of the vest that he's wearing. And that's when Mordecai was coming up to him.
That's something I haven't heard in a long time.
Oh.
Nothing.
She doesn't even look at you. She's just looking
This
at
music? This music's actually fairly recent from what I understand.
No. It's something. Don't worry. A pleasure.
I was like, Mordecai, dance.
So what brings you out this evening, Mr.
Lilu. He puts his hand out.
I take it. Turn it to a shake. Flip it back and hand it back to him.
And you are?
Enchanted. Also, the sponsor of this evening. So please enjoy yourself.
Is anyone else making their way up to Connor?
Okay. You twisted my rubber arm.
So Kat makes her way through the crowd.
I have a tag along, apparently.
Yeah, you definitely do.
My snack, if you will, who's looking very snacky, is now seeing his name again. Sorry.
His name? You didn't actually get it.
No. Who just came in and dropped
Connor. Connor Lilu.
Yeah, sees Connor as a snack, and not in the way that I saw what's his face as a snack. So.
Pretty close.
That makes one of us.
No, we just go up. He like stares and just momentarily just like, right, don't do that. Well, hi there. Seems to be turning into quite the party. Did anyone else hear that like ringing that was really, really loud? It sounded like a laugh, but I'm not sure. It sounded really, really, I don't know. It kind of tipped me off. It just brought me here. Oh, that was you, Bulldozer. Okay.
She's still looking at him.
And you are?
Clearly you've met my friend Blanche Devereaux. I'm Kat.
Wait, then that would make Cliff Rose.
Does that mean that Mordecai's Ma?
I can't figure out who Dorothy
I'm
is.
B. Arthur. I am B. Arthur. Yes. Ma.
Ma.
Shady Pines, Ma. Shady Pines. All right. Back into this.
Yeah.
Hi, you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hi. There.
Hello.
Cat's really good with words.
Oh, there's no roll against that. All right. So he just kind of, you notice that he kind of blinks his eyes a few times, and he looks around all of you. All right. Not really in the mood for this type of a bite to eat.
Why do you put the sickle out then, sugar?
Something of the kind variety.
Or just looking at everybody else, kind of deadpan, and then just back at him, and enough of a smile, so at least one of her fangs shows. And she's just like, "Oh, I don't know whatever you can mean, sir."
Don't know what you mean.
I'm sure you don't.
Not at all. Not at all. Excuse me.
I just smiles, hangs out and everything. Just no, I'm completely oblivious.
Mm-hmm. I see. Duran, what are you doing with the gaggle of people around Connor?
I'm not gaggling. I mean, okay, I'm standing over in a corner where I just finished a snack a little while ago, watching and admiring the fact that he is such an amazingly pretty man. But okay.
No, I mean the gaggle is in the gaggle of people that your coterie that's around him right now.
I'm watching them too, I suppose.
I think Abigail's going to go up to Duran and say, "Don't you think he's rather pretty? I mean, Mordecai,
he is.
Mordecai's pretty, but this man, I mean, what is he even doing in a place like this?
Oh, the two of them
such
are
great hair.
the two of them are shining stars. Michelangelo would have. Da Vinci, they would love to get their hands on muscles like that. Both of them. They could do such a thing together with the two of them. So worthy of the admiration. I am enjoying very much watching them. They make the crowd dance and weave.
Indeed, he is rather spectacular. I have not seen something like this before. I mean, maybe my sire, but he's aged. He's definitely not like this one.
Did Mordecai actually give his name?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Let's go with yes.
Sure, let's go with yes.
So
I
Mordecai
would have basically pulled a card at that point.
Okay, yeah, you would take the card, kind of glance it over, and then put it in the same pocket as the one from Margaret.
If Mordecai didn't give his name, Ja was like, "Mordecai, dance."
That's
so...
true. So he would be like, Mordecai, was it?
Yes.
I had heard that there was another coterie making its way around the city of Vancouver, and I kind of wanted to run across you eventually.
How interesting.
I'm in this big city. Are you sure you got the same government of folk?
Oh, there's probably several other coteries that are going around.
But why interested?
But none quite as interesting as us.
Is there a place that in this particular venue that we could have a chat with your entire coterie?
Ja activates Daunt again and makes a way towards wherever the VIP area is, and then it's like, clear out. important people are here. More important people than whoever you have already.
I was gonna say the back rooms, but I think Jaw's on it.
Yeah, he's going to basically kind of look at Jaw, since Jaw kind of wandered off with Danton, and he was like, we should arrange your coterie, Mordecai.
Oh, we get things done. We're like an uncut diamond. It's rough around the edges, but there's value. We have our own unique talents. Jaw is he's not one for subtlety, but I have yet to see his equal with a sword fight.
You must agree that if things are raw, they are worth more, are they not?
You are the expert, Peggy.
Uncut minerals and such?
I mean, yes, given where we are, I'm hoping y'all get the innuendo, and given how beautiful this man is, I'm sure I don't have to explain it to him, but I obviously have to explain it to the lot of y'all. And then she just looks at him like, I'm so sorry for that, sir.
I just named after you the horniest golden girl. Seriously, I know exactly what's going on here, honey.
Shall we? Mordecai, and I believe Margaret was your name as well.
That would be.
You're all in the same coterie, I take it?
Oh, yes.
Excellent. We should talk.
Are Duran and Abigail seeing this? I'm assuming we are.
You'd see them start to kind of make their way following Jaw towards the kind of VIP-ish area.
Shall we join them, Mr. Duran?
Is somebody motioning us over to follow?
Yeah.
That's actually a good question.
Damn
That
it.
is.
Okay. Damn it. Okay. Well, I guess we're following.
All right. Let's make our way over and see what this lovely man has to say.
See.
So you all make your way into the VIP area, into kind of like a separate room. Jaw ushers the people out. like, no, get out.
Mordecai walks in the door, and this guy walks in the door, and they like turn around and start coming back in.
I tell my little
chases them out.
I tell my little follower Skippy to, like, scram, kid, you bother me. Like, get out of here. Come on.
Yeah, but I wanted to follow him. Like,
I know you want to, but here's the thing. He's going to need a drink later. Do a pass around half an hour, get him a drink. It's going to make him very happy.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I'll go get him a drink.
Yeah. Bit of a round, half an hour.
And then everybody makes their way into the room, I'm assuming. Excellent. When he's got everybody in there, he kind of goes to the furthest point from the door, and he drops Majesty.
Oh.
Who are you?
I'm Connor. Connor Lilu.
Yeah, but who are you? Like, you know what I mean. Who are you? You have a name, but what are you, I should say, probably.
Much the same that you are.
That's
Not like me. You're not like me at all.
You're definitely not like me.
No.
Margaret's found herself a corner to just like cross her up and
Santa Maria, when people talk in subtlety, why is it that no one else here gets it?
it's a presence power, guys.
See, he's
Are you
like
a
us.
fucking Rose?
Like us.
He likes to snack on people. He is exactly the same as us.
My
Well,
question
no, yeah.
is,
You don't have to come out and before I do, I'm going to walk over to the door, jam my foot against it, and say, you don't have to come right out and break the masquerade by saying, oh, we're vampires too. There is a subtlety to the language, which I have been trying since day one. And shoot.
I'm going to make a rouse check. And while Duran is doing all of this, I'm going to just summon my sword to my hand since we're in VIP now. And then my sword just teleports to my hand when I stab it down. It's like, we don't have to obviously break the masquerade, but some of us know a few tricks that put us in a more powerful position, Mr. Giovanni. I'm sure Mr. Connor appreciates that.
I do.
John looks at Duran, though, and he pats Duran on the back. So it's like no hard feels.
Mr. Connor was told about us. In specific.
Signor Lilu, first of all, thank you for dropping the presents so that we may talk with you. It is appreciated.
It's useful for getting through crowds.
See?
Because it's preaching, it's not fucking necessary and highly unappreciated.
Dance the dance of the dead. I understand what happened. Don't like it, but I understand it.
We each and all of us have our little tricks. To be pissy with somebody for using a trick is to be pissy at yourself for using your own.
Or for feeding.
See?
Yeah, so, Margaret, what did your face look like this morning? Late afternoon.
Signor Lilu.
I don't do that shit in public often now, do I?
Signor Lilu, what can we do for you this evening?
Well, what I need from you is rather interesting. I need...
He's about to ask us to recover an artifact.
Information.
See?
Information we have. What kind of information?
What do you know of the other coteries that are in the city?
Absolutely nothing. We
to
go our separate ways.
Myself.
There's another coterie in the city that I need information on.
Anyone in particular?
Several people in particular.
Could you be a little bit more specific so that if we can get you any information that we can do so?
This seems easy. What's the job?
Just information.
Done, but we need names.
Exactly.
Well, the names are Charlotte, Cassandra, Charlie, Harley, and one more that I've never really been able to get my mind around. I'm not sure what their name is. It's a La Sombra type. Shadows.
Her name is Shadows?
No. It's, I believe it's Elena, perhaps.
Doesn't ring a bell.
May not ring a bell now. But what I need you to do is get the information for me, and I can pay.
What
do you need to know?
Their hangouts, where they go, what they do, who they talk to.
Are they
Why do you need
enemies?
to know this?
Why I need to know this is a need to know type situation.
Well,
what's the pay?
The pay will be prestation.
Well, if we're going to put other kindred in harm's way, we
Who said
may
anything
end up...
about harm's way? I'm asking for information.
Anybody knowing secrets about another kindred is putting them in harm's way, is it not, Mr. Connor?
It could.
So if we're going to put other kindred in harm's way, we may end up with prices on our heads.
I don't think so from them.
Oh. Well then, well, you'll pardon me for saying so, but as someone who also has the command of presence, it would be child's play to find this information yourself. Why would you hire someone else to do it?
You don't
Perhaps
really.
something other than pay that he can offer us. As you know, money doesn't really owe me all that much.
What's exactly
Speak for yourself.
prestation there, Mr. Connor?
Boons.
He's offering boons. He's not offering money.
Favors owed.
That's huge. That's currency that we can like work with.
That's
currency I work with.
I do understand boons. I like boons. Right now, pay would be great, but boons are pretty good.
Well, I mean, boons can be turned into pay, but it's not.
Indeed.
I'm
Someone
more
with
curious
presence like this fellow, I suspect boons could be quite fruitful.
Abigail's going to reach into her purse and she's going to speed dial Harley and put him on mute.
All right. They haven't actually caught up to us yet in the timeline, though. That's fine.
That's okay. That's fine.
Hi, Patrick.
Okay,
you're watching this
hang on.
anyway.
Hang on
now.
I'm going to point something out quick to Abigail. If you put him on mute from your phone, it mutes the speakers on your phone, not at his end, so he can't hear you.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But if he then at which point her
You should just turn. What you're saying is just turn down the volume so that he can't hear. So that volume's not coming out from them.
An initial hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that's what I'm getting at. This is basically so that he can listen, but if Harley were to say anything, it wouldn't be audible.
If you wanted, you do have technomancy, so you can actually go in your phone and readjust it psychically, essentially. So if you wanted to do that.
Okay, yeah, let's
and you
do
have,
that.
Like,
I mean, I might as
a fuckload of dice for it, so
it's so cool.
Well, okay, so I need to roll the technomancy first for remote access.
Which is a lot.
Which is 3 successes.
Yeah, it's more than enough. It's right, like, it's not like it's, not something that you're like touching, basically. Yeah, you have it in your hand, so the successes on that is, like, ridiculously low.
And then I need to do a technology roll, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
John's just like, I don't know these people. What else can you tell me about them?
Yeah.
I think that's our job.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
the target's very much left.
Dossiers, pictures, anything to get us started.
I can give you descriptions. Other than that, there's not really much that I have.
Are they? Are we having to employ investigators? Are they mortals? What are we looking at? Another coterie, so we're assuming kindred, yes?
That is correct.
See.
So.
They're confirmed kindred. And you said a La Sombra.
Yes.
Well, what are the other ones?
I know Cassandra is a Toreador.
Great.
See, Cassandra is a Toreador. Charlotte O'Dane is a Ventrue.
Thank you, Mr. Giovanni.
How do you know that, Mr. Giovanni?
Because, Senora, while the rest of you are doing your daily things, in the case of Tremere, I am sure, doing our research and learning new and wonderful ways to do interesting things, when Senor Ja is ridding the streets of people who should be taken off the streets, when Senor Mordecai is at his club making sure it's all running well, I am doing my family business, which is networking and making connections to do business, to build money, to create a better and bigger empire. So the first thing when I come into a city is I find all of the Ventrue. There are no other Hakata in this city. Otherwise, I would have found them first. So I meet all of the Ventrue. What Ventrue does not like being invited to a free suiting and walk out with a immaculately made, if I might say so myself, suit in exchange for a little conversation and hanging out and around. And Charlotte Audin has come up on my radar, as have 3 other Ventru in the city. I have spoken with all of them.
Understood. Understood. That's valid. I mean, I'd love to discuss this. I mean, Miss Arden sounds very, very fascinating. To have come up on your list. Storyteller, I have 4 successes. I burned a willpower.
Yeah, you can do it.
So while that conversation was
Hi,
going
Patrick.
on with him asking about Harley and Cassandra and everything else.
Well, yeah, like
Patrick
from
would
the
have been-
point that you said that you had done it, then Harley is pretty much getting all that particular information.
Well, Ms. Arden is an interesting person to speak with. I actually found Victor Davenport to be the most fascinating of the Ventru. Obadiah Ferguson was not bad. He was very informative. There are still a few people amongst the hierarchy in this city who I'm having a bit of an issue getting time with, but I am merely a lowly tailor, so I have to wait until they have time for me.
Wait, did we get all the clans?
Well, I believe I mentioned that Cassandra was definitely Toreador. Charlotte
Is a Toreador. Charlotte is a Ventru.
is a Ventru.
What about this other
Harley person.
Harley? Yes, and the Harley.
Harley, I believe, is a Nosferatu.
That's going to be a little difficult to find.
So by process of elimination, then the Lasombra would be Elaine,
Elena,
Emily?
I believe.
Thank you.
And the
Charlie.
Charlie. Who's that? Yeah.
Charlie,
Excellent.
I believe, is a Malkavian.
Oh, great. Have fun with that one, you guys.
Malkavians can be quite interesting.
Hmm.
They have very, very interesting insights sometimes.
Well, you could make sense of them, sure.
And you don't get stuck in their mind maze, sure.
Sometimes they can be useful, other times they can be nerve-wrackingly just frustrating.
When do you need this information by?
Whenever you can get it to me.
So you're giving us this sort of open-ended blanket, get me information on, not anything specific other than just hangouts and where they go and what they do.
Think
And
of
you
it.
haven't set a date for when you need it for.
Well, the information that crosses my hand will be the boons that cross yours. No?
Yeah, obviously. I'm just wondering, I'm just putting all the ducks in a row.
So what you are showing us of at least is that we're not risking ourselves for that. They find out we've been doing this, they're not going to be coming for us. So
I
this is
didn't
not a
necessarily
life
say
death
that.
That's a
would
bit of
be-
a stretch.
It would be up to them to determine if they want to do that for themselves.
Then in that case, may I add an amendment to this. If they do happen to come after us because of it, the first one in which they come after within this coterie, you will owe that one a life boon.
I will not.
Very well.
You guys, they come after you. Send them our way. We'll take care of them.
Josh fist bumps Rose,
And Kat returns the fist bump to Jaw. And it's like,
particularly afraid.
Pearl will just
Thank
give
you, Kat. That is very much appreciated.
Kat.
The offer of protection. We
if
appreciate
anything,
that.
it's misleading so that you guys can get the hell out of Dodge if you need to. We'll make them work for it. We'll make them sweat.
Mm,
So
fair enough.
And she looks over at Mr. Duran just like, you foot the bills and also all of you gave me a good night. This is the least I can do for you. The most I
Grazie.
can do is eat them and kill them. But
Grazie.
you need information. We're not
Let's
going to
not
do
do
that.
that.
We hopefully will not
Not
come
yet.
to that.
If you're going to do that, though, call me.
Senor,
Hell yeah.
Senor
And I'm going to get all
Lilo.
y'all numbers.
Oh, absolutely. And Abigail says, basically gestures her hand for Kat's phone.
It's like bright
And-
pink phone that doesn't seem characteristically Bruja.
And Abigail just like quickly types in her number.
Just like, pass it around.
Yeah.
I've heard of this thing called
passes it around.
NFC, and you just touch phones, and then they exchange information. So I've been doing
Yeah.
that when I give out phone numbers sometimes.
That's cool.
Are you serious? Why
Yeah.
are you, Ja? You and I are going to have a little conversation later.
You said it was safe.
I never said that was safe.
Oh,
Senor Lilo.
We'll discuss it later. It's fine. It's fine.
Ja
It's
just
fine.
takes his phone and stabs a fucking knife through it, a sword through it. It's like,
Abigail
Safe now.
touches her head or her earpiece. Says, "Google, please send a message to Kevin. Need another burner phone."
Ja's
Sending burner phone
Must
to-
be time to get rid of this one. We'll have to exchange numbers later, Kat. Pass it
I'll
through.
get you Ja's number later.
Sending burner phone to Kevin.
When Margaret gets the phone, she'll go ahead and just put Jaw's number in and not say anything.
Abigail turns to Connor and says, "And what relation are you to this coterie?"
That's another need to know.
Senor Lilu, two things. First of all, this week, please, if you would be so kind as to respond to the letter that I dropped for you at the club. That would be appreciated.
The letter at the club.
See, it was put in the hands of the manager.
That was only out of character. That was only, I think, a couple nights ago.
Yeah, about 3 nights ago.
3 nights ago.
Yeah.
I haven't actually made it to the club.
See,
over the last few days.
there's a little business proposition waiting there. It took me a few minutes for the name to connect. Secondly, for this, the information gathering, the starting price is 2 major boons for the Coterie, 1 major boon for Clan Hakata. If
Done.
information proves to be more, we can renegotiate afterwards. However, we're starting with the 2-in-1.
If the information for the 2-in-1 proves useful, I'm not going to agree to said arrangement without, if you're, come up with me and say, oh, well, Cassandra likes chewing Hubba Bubba bubblegum or anything silly like that.
I do not think you would approach us if you did not think we would provide useful information.
In that case, agreed. If the information proves useful, 2 major boons to the Coterie and 1 to Clan Hagata.
Viene.
If there's nothing else, I will take my leave and let the rest of you enjoy the rest of the evening.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Viene. It has been a pleasure
appreciate
meeting
the
you.
offer.
You as well. And he basically goes for the door, which I believe Duran kind of made sure it was closed.
Yes. So open it so that he can bow him out.
And he nods and then leaves. And I'm assuming Duran is going to be closing the door once
Closing the
again.
door behind him.
Mr. Duran,
And you just go ahead.
can we all leave if everybody's done the business? And Miss Cat, I feel like you probably should join us as well. Can we go somewhere private to talk? Because this might be something that we need to discuss.
Not here. Yes.
Exactly.
Give Senor Leo 10 minutes to clear the club. Or get out and,
Absolutely.
a little bit of time and then see. I see no reason to go elsewhere to discuss this, but we can do that. We were able to discuss this here in this room.
Well, as long as we know that he's gone, because there are those, obviously, that of our kind that can hear things from a relatively long distance.
See,
So.
I have that ability. In this club, if I turned that on, I would not expect to hear anything for the rest of the night.
Oh, fair enough. That is fair.
I can still feel the music.
Yeah, you can definitely still feel like the reverberation through the floor of the music and the walls.
We would know if a kindred kicked up their hearing outside. The scream should cut through the bass.
My concern would be more about those who can walk unseen.
Subnote: the scream cuts through the bass is the name of my new band. So yeah. Okay.
I'd like to do Sense the Unseen, just in case there's anything else in this room with us that we're not. Like, I should have done that earlier, but obviously Abigail was kind of still in
You
Majesty
find a
mode.
glitter-covered Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Why not?
In a bikini.
Yes.
Oh,
Is it
So it's wits plus aspects or resolve plus aspects, whichever pool happens to be the larger of the two.
Well, I have. Do I still have my resolve? Like, is it a new scene?
It is not a new scene. It's all the same scene still.
Okay, so my resolve is still up. Okay.
For the most part, for me as a storyteller, for all those storytellers out there who want to do it this way, I generally run it that a scene will last in the same location, or if like more than a couple hours have passed, just in case, like, if they had gone somewhere else and they were like, haha, since the unseen, I'd be like, yeah, your resolve is back down.
I have 4 successes.
You blink a couple of times, kind of open up your senses to the supernatural, and you look around and you can see that each one of your compatriots is of the not breathing variety, but you can't see anyone who is obfuscated.
Okay. Fair enough.
Diablo veins in all of us.
Yeah. Ah!
All right. So as soon as Mr. Duran comes back,
Yeah,
we
Duran
will
just
need to.
apparently had to use the facilities, so he just left. No, I'm kidding. I don't know where Cliff went. So
So do we head back to the schism?
Mordecai's
Would that be
vehicle.
fine?
Or are we just good here?
I mean, he has my fucking card, so we might as well go there anyway.
there he is.
Sorry about
Right.
that phone situation, Abigail. I didn't know.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay, Jaw. I should have told you. I'm going to sit down with you and give you a little lesson. It's just there are certain things that are a little more secure than others, and you just need to be careful with who you give your number to in that means. If you're just typing it into their phone, that's fine, but sometimes they can be intercepted, and we want to make sure that that's not the case on their end, because they might not have a secure phone. But it's not to worry. My friend Kevin will get you a new one. We'll have it taken care of.
Sending
Mr.
new burner phone to Kevin.
Damn it.
Mr.
So, Xenoschism, I would think, as our secure place to talk.
I think so. What does everybody else think?
That be okay, Bulldozer?
That's fine. I mean, like I said, he already knows where I live, so, well.
I'd suggest the mention, but I think we've had enough of leather and
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that my establishment is closer to here, and, I want to make sure that everyone can get back to their locations before the sun comes.
This was enlightening, Mordecai. This scene different than things I've experienced before, but yeah.
it's extreme on one side, and at the same side, they are so strongly adhered to a consensual lifestyle. It's actually quite fascinating.
Lots of energy here.
Yes.
So you're making your way to Xenoschism then?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Margaret, again for the use of your shop. We appreciate it.
I mean, if we're all going to be at Coterie, we need a place to convene. And to be honest, I don't want to be living with y'all not in and not out. No offense.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It is a well-appointed and very comfortable clubhouse. And the advantage is, even though I am the only Hakata I know of in the city, it is the only place I know of in the city where our special abilities do not come into play. We cannot be listened to or watched from the other side.
Indeed. It's actually quite frightening. I look at the wraiths and they kind of pass by. There's like a invisible line and they just kind of skirt around it. They never even go near the shop. It's quite
Glad I don't have to look at any more rates. It's not my favorite thing.
Absolutely not.
So
I guess when we arrive at the Xenoschism.
Yeah, you arrive at Xenoschism, and you. Yeah, I just sent
in our private chat.
I just sent something in the private chat.
Such a troll move.
In response to Prince saying his jaw, like, no, I don't want to look at rates anymore. I sent a message in the private chat that said, would you prefer mummies, werewolves, changelings? I don't know. As a storyteller,
I've never seen a mummy, so
Mummies.
Okay, get ready.
Changelings is on our list. I think Changelings is on our list. We haven't pissed them off yet.
Yeah, it's on our to-do list.
Yeah, it's a big check marks of like werewolves, wraiths, mummies, technically. Mages.
I know what happens when I eat a werewolf. I wonder what happens when I eat a changeling.
Oh God, no! Don't go there.
LSD for days.
Yeah, so you're arriving at Xenoschism. Is anyone checking for anything that is out of the ordinary?
Checking out my bike.
I think we all are.
Your bike is fine.
Cool. Good.
Except for the fact that it's infested by wraiths.
Jai just jumps up and then climbs up on top of the building and just checks to make sure everything is good from the top.
Abigail's going to turn on heightened senses again because I guess I'm assuming it's a new scene. So
yes,
I need to rouse
your resolve would be back down, so you need to rouse the blood.
I passed my rouse check.
As Ja comes over the top of the building, you come across a scene of like 15 Nosferatu all gathered in a circle. No, I'm kidding. There's nothing up there.
Like high five.
The Nos are all just like having a huddle, like, oh yeah, right.
Nice.
Just keep an eye on these.
I did not know that we were this interested. That's pretty cool.
4 successes, Abigail. Same sort of thing. You see kind of the circular pillar around Xenoschism that kind of stretches into, you can only assume, space, into the atmosphere. And it is kind of certain sigils that are moving around on it that the wraiths, like you see people in wraiths kind of moving around, and the wraith doesn't follow the person as they walk in front of Xenoschism. They kind of circle around said barrier and then go back to the person that they were following. Completely oblivious. Like, they don't seem to think that they know that they're doing this. It's just kind of like an instinct
No obfuscated Nas, no Sombra sitting in the shadow.
There might be the Nasra, but no, there's nothing there.
That's scary.
I don't know. The Sabat get into some wacky stuff with trying to create bloodlines. So, by the way, Justin Chili, Sabat book.
Yeah, some technocracy person give me like a time machine or something.
So you make it to Xenoschism. Abigail does her kind of blink check, and
In we go.
just kind of hoping.
Jaw
Abigail
jumps off the top and comes down using soaring leap and says, "I didn't see anything up there." So
That was so
Yeah, Nate.
freaking cool, Jaw. So freaking cool.
Superhero landing.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Oh wait, hold on. He's gonna do the superhero landing.
He even does it with the sword. The sword down to the ground.
So you're now in Xenoschism.
That's more repair work that's gonna go on Cassius's tab.
It's okay.
Concrete outside, it's not
But
yours.
again,
I mean, but Cassius, this. Never mind. Yeah, sure. Put it on Cassius' bill. Why not?
Except that it's like random stab wound into the concrete. I don't.
Yeah, Cassius is gonna be looking at his bill like, how the fuck did like city maintenance end up on my bill?
Or taxes at work.
So once we get inside and we're in somewhere safe, Abigail's going to turn to Mr. Giovanni and say, Duran, I know that you will do whatever you will do, but do you know who these people are that Mr. Connor asked us to get information about? Other than the Ventru?
I'm assuming Cassandra is the one and the same that we borrowed the helicopter from.
Yeah, that was my assumption.
That would be Charlotte. That would be Charlotte Arden, the one
Charlotte
that's...
Arden,
yeah,
see?
somebody over
Yes.
knew Holly.
See?
Yeah.
I haven't met a single
See.
one of them, but
So
See.
you're dealing...
Charlie is the Malkavian primogen.
Yes.
Harley is the Nosferatu primogen.
Yes.
Oh, so they're big guns.
They are, much as Abigail here is the Tremere primogen. Which means
What?
I believe you probably have much knowledge of them already.
Oh.
No?
Yes. So
sorry.
you're dealing with four Primogen and Charlotte.
See?
My question to you is, Mr. Duran, do you want to be betraying these people to Mr. Connor, who we have only ever met once?
So who is this clown?
Exactly.
That's what I
Who
wanna
is
know.
this
I mean-
clown?
I don't particularly like the Camarilla, but just because someone goes look at that Primogen, get me fucking information on it, doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking do it.
And that I find very funny. I really do. But that's in a hypocritical sort of way. But that's neither here nor there. I know as much about Senor Lilu as I know about the people he is asking about. I might know a little bit more about them from having spoken with a number of the Ventru in the city. So I am weighing that somebody who is able to not only display vampiric powers that make him our elder, but is able to throw around prestation like it is chocolate-covered gold coins. No, gold-covered chocolate coins. Wishes us to find out some things about some people who have done what for us or the city that I am aware of. little bits and pieces here and there. Senor Davenport had some interesting things to say. I'm still trying to get in touch with the prince and the seneschal and having very little luck there. The sheriff is not somebody who wears suits. I've sent him a little gift. It was plaid. But so kindred society is the dealing of secrets among various groups and people. Some clans don't like other clans. Some coteries don't like other coteries. Some people up here don't like those down there. Some people down here are worrying about those up there to knock them over so they can become those up there. We've now stepped into kindred politics. Now, the trick is, which of the two groups is most dangerous? Right now, Senor Lilu, he knows us, he knows who we are, and he knows what we are likely to be about. If this coterie finds out that we're investigating them to find out anything, then we are, I believe the kids say the term is, fucked from both ends.
Yeah, that is what we say.
Cool.
Exactly.
In which case, we might as well leave the city right now. So, we just have to make sure the other coterie does not find out we're asking a few questions. It is easy enough to gather information subtly, quietly, from the shadows. I mean, which of us does not have this ability in some small way in their own spheres?
Or through a third party.
See?
May I offer a different suggestion?
See?
We let that other coterie know what's going on.
And
Why?
endanger us to
Wait,
this fellow.
one second. One second. We let them know what's going on, and we feed Mr. Lilu a little bit of misinformation.
That's that out of my head, Miss Abigail.
That is a very World War II. That is a very dangerous game that cost me many relatives. It can be done. I do not know that we have the ability to do it.
Why not?
And not get caught.
That's a level of subterfuge.
We
That would be
feed
a
him
bit behind me.
something. We're going to have to be feeding him a roll of information. If he has one thing that he has confirmed that we misinform him on,
Whole thing falls apart.
that's where it falls apart. I don't know that we are that good. I'd like to think we are. I don't know that we are that good. Letting that coterie know, coming to them and saying, we have been hired to find out information on you, I think is probably one of the most suicidal moves that we could do.
I think
Maybe. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Shaw.
I think if you want to play the both sides trick, we can't really do that, but we can pick a side. Think about it. All of those that we're supposed to be looking at, you know them. I brought a helicopter from one for a fucking werewolf airlift. Like, these are people who can
like
provide
Airwolf?
us.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Wow.
A group that one single individual is after them. They've got a concern about him. We got a group on our side rather than a single individual.
I would love for them to owe us boots.
I mean, the entire
Well-
Rivenden Council on at your beck and call would be actually quite helpful.
I
That
would
would be
love
really
for them
nice.
to owe us spoons. You see, I know their positions of power. I don't know this Mr. Lilu's position.
And every time
No,
we had a problem with
but-
how I did, he kept that mouth shut.
But when one man wants information on and shows that he is potentially willing to take on an entire group, I am wondering at the balance of power.
But maybe he just wants to use idiots. We've gotten ourselves some really dumb shit since I've been here.
I do not think we are idiots. We don't plan well. We are learning. We have spent time together now, and we are starting to gel. But again, it comes down to I have met one or two of these. And again, I am meeting them under come by the tailor shop. We will do a suiting. There are no displays of power or energies. Senor Lilu walked in and wrapped us all around his fingers.
I can.
By
do that.
force, I might add.
I mean, to be fair, I do agree with you, Mr. The threat levels, perceptive threat level of one individual wanting to take on a coterie is actually significant, but I can do what he did.
To that extent?
I can get us in anywhere.
See,
I
but
turned the crowd. He just turned it toward himself.
See, and he took it away from you. So if you can do that, why did you not step up why did you not play the second ace?
Because
taking the measure of a predator.
We don't want to break the masquerade every time we turn around.
That too.
I think when you're going into a place where someone doesn't know your relative strength, you flex.
He flex.
He flexed. He wants us to believe that he's more powerful than maybe all four of them. We have no way to either prove it or disprove it.
Let me pose another thing on top of that. Is he working solo or is he working for somebody else?
Precisely.
We don't know.
Those fucking questions.
They're dangerous questions, but I'm alive for it. It's how I still work for, the Don over here. Seriously.
It's safe to say.
A nicely dressed Don, by the way.
It's safe to say that he doesn't work for the Primogen Council.
There are many kindred who do not work for the Primogen Council.
He is not the seneschal. He is not the prince. So he does not hold a position of power within the city in terms of kindred politics, or can really.
He does not hold a position, but to throw around prestation like that, he holds status.
He holds status.
You do not need a position to hold.
They have helped make people like him princes.
See? And as I understand it, not long before some of us came to this city, there was a different prince, and then something blew up, and now there's another prince. Princes change. Primogen change.
I think maybe
it's entirely possible he is looking for information for a change in Primogen to get people that he's a Toreador.
Then what plan is he then?
He is a Toreador. He wants people that will do what he wants in the position.
Then, if he wants to be Primogen, he would be the greatest threat to Cassandra.
See,
of that coterie.
She's
the
that
Primogen
makes
Council.
sense.
Is she not the Primogen or the Toreador Primogen? So if we speculate and say he wants that position.
Again, he may be looking for something higher. He may be looking for. There are many reasons to gather information.
Maybe he wants to be prince.
If that's the
Maybe
case,
he
then you
wants
warn
to-
your guys if you know them. If you know them.
If we have loyalty to them.
They pulled me out of that bombed Elysium.
Uh-huh.
They didn't directly pull me out. They basically helped me after that bombed Elysium, myself and some friends, and they are not bad people. They are, and I mean, everybody.
None of us are bad people.
Okay,
we're all monsters.
Yes, we are all monsters, but they at least. I wouldn't say that I trust anyone. I find that very hard to do. But I would say that if I'm going to go up against anybody, it's not going to be them. Because we don't know what he wants. We can guess what he wants. But if he is in some way trying to take out half of the Primogen Council, then
we have a problem then.
Let's put some eyes on him.
We have a problem. We have made a deal. This coterie has made a deal. If we are going to break that deal, I must leave this coterie.
I'm not asking you to break the deal.
That's not something that I would want to do either. I am right there with you, Mr. Duran, same page, same line.
I'm not asking you to break the deal. What I'm asking you to do is to, I mean, he didn't give a timeline for this. What I'm asking is to give a little bit of time so that we can establish what's going on. Because if you wish to break a deal, if you wish to make a deal without consulting the rest of the coterie.
I heard no disagreement in that room. That was the time to have brought something up. I waited. Several people brought up price.
I don't know these people,
once,
so I have no.
Once, and again, it was a judgment call. Once I felt we had hit a point where it was a yes or no situation, I made an offering of price, and he accepted it. I heard no saying of nay. I gave it another few minutes, and then I said the deal has been made. Again, one can argue that I made the deal and not the coterie. Again, I have to keep this deal. If the coterie is not going to keep the deal, I have to leave the coterie. I have to keep this deal.
I understand.
How I work.
I understand. So, in what way? Because I understand that this is very much your own personal code. In what way would you be able to get out of a deal like this without it being considered a broken deal? Death? Final death?
See?
Sounds about right.
There are some cities that allow transference, modifications of the buildings and stuff. I haven't been here too long, of course, because I don't deal with CAM. I don't normally understand how that practice is seen with this currency, this honor system.
That is an interesting point. Mr. Duran, what if this obligation was transferred to someone else?
I am not following. So.
Well, I mean, it's one of any number of many ideas. If we can find somebody else that will potentially take this deal with Mr. Connor off your hands and take those boons that you have been promised, then perhaps we can still...
I cannot sell a deal that I have made.
All right.
Boons,
I mean, I'm new at this.
Boons, see. Payment is neither here nor there. It is the fact I have given my word that there is a deal. So the deal.
Word is my bond, and my bond is my life.
See.
I will give my life before I break my bond.
The three pillars on which I was raised in my family is that family always comes first. Never to break an oath or a deal.
I understand, Mr.
And never to work against the coterie or the group. And as such, if there is going to be something working against here, I have to leave.
We can politic this, though, can't we?
No.
There's no politic in this deal. What if we get the information directly from this other coterie?
I mean, that's a very good point. If we were to advise them, because the deal never included not telling the other coterie that this is an actual deal. That was not part of the deal, unless I misheard it. But
so you're saying we go to the other coterie and say that Conalelu wishes to know your hangouts, your scheduling, would you be so kind as to give them to us?
No.
We can offer them to.
We don't have to get all of that. We just have to get enough for it to be true. If you understand my meaning. Enough for it to be true. Right now.
So the two issues I have with this, and this is an interesting sort of game, is one, will they give us honest answers? Because were I them, I would not. Now, we could possibly convince them to give us bare bone honest answers. Where do you like to go Tuesday nights at midnight? That's it for the rest of the week. In which case, we then hand it to Senor Lilu, and they change everything so he cannot use it. It is based on it being useful information. We are handing him information we already know will be useless. We are breaking our deal.
If they give us information and then they change their habit of hanging out at X bar at Thursday nights, that is not our fault. The information that we have is correct up to the point where we got it.
And I am not that stupid. I will expect them to change it and it to be useless information.
And of course, if they are smart, I hope they don't do it right away, and maybe they like trickle away, they bounce around, make it look like they're gonna find it.
I still do not know.
We have to use them as bait for that to work, essentially, and they have to agree with it.
See, now
I'm fine with that too.
The Toreador, I do not expect. I have some experience with the Toreador. I do not expect it to result in final death or blood. Toreador play politics much as Ventru and certain other clans enjoy playing them. Kind of much as my family likes to play them, except we play them amongst ourselves and amongst the Hakara, and not so much amongst the other sects. Not for want of desire, it's just that we're so busy scurrying each other over, we don't have a lot of time for the Camarilla. But I expect that if we give him good information 6 months from now, they're not Primogen. And
I don't care whether they're Primogen or not, to be perfectly honest, because the whole concept of Primogen is useless to me. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
And yet you are one.
Yes, I am one because I had no other choice if I wanted the Tremere to have any sort of voice. Literally, there were no Tremere at the time when the prince was declaring his Primogen, his praxis. There were no Tremere to be found. I had no choice, otherwise we wouldn't have any sort of voice when they did come back. I've only kept this position because there's nobody else to take on the mantle. I pretty much am I don't have anything to do with the prince. I have not met the prince since that night. And to be perfectly honest, I don't care, because this is not... I don't care for Camarilla politics too much.
Hear, hear.
But what I do care about is not so much whether they're Primogen or not. I care about whether or not they meet a final death. And do I think that this man who has projected majesty and exerted control over people so easily would feel that it was immoral to perhaps give a final death to those that he's having us track down? I mean, why else would he want to track them down, really? Because taking them off their positions...
I can think of many, many reasons. And again, you're talking, he controlled. He did not kill. He did not threaten. He controlled. This is a man who likes control. And that's what he's playing the game.
He's playing the game.
As far as the fact that you do not care for Primogen, there is benefit in the Camarilla from my family's standpoint, because in order and within the rules, we can make a lot of money. And you can
clan got in because of a fucking wedding.
See.
Still sore about that.
See.
All right, well, so how about we do this? How about we give it a few nights? He's not looking for the information anytime soon.
Not quickly. However, I have to ask, do you have any intent on letting them know, any of them, what has been going on?
At the moment, I am not planning on saying anything more to them.
Anymore?
That is a very interesting way of putting it.
I have conversations with some of them, but I am not planning on...
See, but will that coterie find out anything about this deal from you?
I just heard anything more, and I think that's an interesting turn of phrase.
That is a very interesting
Question.
turn.
I'm British. It's all a turn of phrase for me.
Simple yes or no, please, Senora. Will
I
that
do not-
coterie find out anything about this deal from you?
No.
Insight. And what?
I guess Abigail's doing a subterfuge roll.
Yeah, that's going to be
Ja
competing
doesn't.
rolls.
Ja's not gonna roll an insight because Ja just doesn't trust shit. So
Yeah,
Ja's
wits
assuming
and-
a lie.
Wits and insight versus manipulation and
Okay.
It's an insight.
I'd like to roll that too if I may, because yeah. it sounds
persuasion
like
or
most of it-
subterfuge.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to rouse.
Sorry,
have a specialty in
my role is
secrets.
which?
Your
With insight.
role is manipulation and subterfuge or persuasion.
Does my specialty in insight with secrets come into play here?
Yes.
I'm rousing my manipulation.
I
failed.
I roused my wits and I got a messy critical. My beast is helping out.
Yeah, I roused my wits as well. It failed hunger 3, 4 dice. I got 4 successes, halfway to a crit. So just 4 successes.
Cat's over here like, y'all are cutthroat. I'm like,
Alright.
what?
Okay,
What does-
one more time. Wits and which? Sorry, because now I'm confused. They're saying one thing, I'm saying the other.
Either subterfuge or persuasion.
Yeah,
What
okay,
does the
that's
specialty do?
0 for me.
I would actually not.
Additional dice.
1 additional dice?
2.
One additional
No,
dice.
no, one for a specialty.
Yeah,
Oh, I
one
thought
for a
specialty
specialty.
was 2.
Specialty is 1.
Oh, okay.
You get 2 and you do a blood surge.
Yeah. Blood surge is 2.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I don't know about y'all at home, but I'm on the edge of my seat.
Right?
Mike, what did you get?
2 zeros is a crit, right?
Yes, that would be 4 successes. Anything else?
4. 9. But I think I might roll willpower.
Damn. Go crit fishing.
I gotta
What the
spend a
heck?
willpower. I'll spend a willpower.
Actually, you don't need to spend a willpower. I'm using the Tremere thing to borrow the Daniel Hakim thing again. Go, you got this. You know it.
Nice.
Wow.
That's 2 more successes. So 11.
Damn. I had a whopping 4.
Abigail?
Secrets are my game.
Apparently.
I'm gonna burn a willpower.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, this is really good stuff.
5 successes.
5 successes. Okay, so Mordecai crushes it. Everyone else, she seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Yeah, all
Yes.
that sugar.
Grazie. Thank you for ensuring that I understand there is a connection. Understand that sending this information down the connection could result in our final deaths and me leaving the coterie.
I understand that, Mr. Duran. What I need you to understand is that we need to take a few days and establish how this is going to work, because this is a delicate situation and we can't just simply take somebody that we've never met, that none of us have ever met, because at least I've met all of them. Jude has met Harley and potentially others, I don't know. But
See,
Ooh.
I have met 1 or 2 of them as well.
exactly. So we just want to make sure that we are taking the right route.
The deal has been made. We are on the road we are on. If we change the deal, I leave the coterie. That I've said this 4 times now.
Storyteller.
Hmm.
I just texted Abigail I know you are lying. What did you do?
And that seems a good point to cut off this particular episode. On that kind of heading into the penultimate episode for this particular season on a little bit of a cliffhanger.
Everybody okay?
Everybody
Cliff,
okay?
you okay?
Oh yeah, very. This is
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
This is vampire right here.
Talking about.
All right, so
I'm looking forward to
Oh,
watching
man.
this one Saturday,
Yes.
and the reaction in the chat of people going, "Wait, what the hell? What? Oh, hang on."
watching Patrick just go, what's going on?
Why is Mordecai?
And Steve, you are a mean storyteller. Thank you.
Yes.
I have my moments.
There's a reason I said yes when you asked me. the question.
Like when Steve did that, I was like, it was inevitable that we were going to get put up against the other coterie. It was inevitable.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the long game of why I started the two different groups to begin with. Eventually, they're either going to become one big happy family or they're going to butt heads. One or the other is going to happen.
Big happy family. That's really not
Yeah.
just
Hey,
like,
Cassandra just said she wanted a new family. Here we are.
I leave that up to you guys. So,
Oh, man.
join us in a couple minutes. Well, join me anyway with the other coterie who hasn't caught up to us in this particular timeline yet. So, they're a couple days behind. Over on the Level Up Dice channel, be sure to actually, because raids are kind of tricky, click on the Level Up Dice thing when it pops up under the video and then transfer it over, because
down there somewhere.
yeah, it's down underneath us somewhere. So we'll do a quick outro of everybody and we will get us on over to the Level Up Dice game. First, let's go with our special guest, that being Rose.
Hey everyone, Rose here, playing Cat, and oh my god, that was amazing. Jesus, thank you so much for inviting for a second time. Holy crap, that was good. All that aside, inflating egos aside, you can find all my info and everything in the link tree in the chat.
And
Right
then, yeah, it's over there for the chat.
Poof.
And Duran.
Tune in next week when we go back down to the ranch and find out what little Bobby's doing. My name's Cliff. I played the obstinate, pig-headed Giovanni Taylor tonight, who's been just screwed by his own whatever. You can find me in various places under the Vintage Self on YouTube and Instagram and a couple other things. And in about a month's time, coming up on here, I will be putting on my storyteller hat, which is not this one, and running a changeling game set in Toronto called Toronto by Day, Tales from the Rookery, which has 6 incredible players already seated, working on characters and concepts and stuff. And it's going to be a unique game for me because it's the first time I've ever had an entire cast that's pure 100% female energy. So, God, I'm going to have to think fast on my feet because women are so much smarter than I am. I know this. I married one. So, yeah, look forward to that coming to this channel sometime soon.
And Mike?
All right, Mike. I played Mordecai. I'm either going to be a lot of trouble or not trouble at all. You can catch my pre and hopefully post-COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram or at CDN Captain America on Twitter. You can catch our Tuesday night live stream of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons Would-Be Heroes, where our great storyteller plays a character. I am DMing, and we are going to be starting first week of July, I think, is when we're actually going to have our game 1 of a new 5th edition D&D game that I will be playing in on Sundays at 2 p.m. PST. So stay tuned.
And Astrid.
Hi, I am Astrid. I was Margaret Strickland, crystal mineral fossil obsessed Samisi extraordinaire. I do that on a much lower level than what Margaret does. hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have a website separate from Etsy. But if you buy a physical item from there, you can have Margaret write a letter to you or one of your PCs that you play. Just tell me a little bit about them. Send me a link to where I can see the character. Or if you know me from Discord, thank you for being here. If you've met any of those characters and I know any of those characters, I will write to them. And speaking of other games, I'm thinking early 2022 is what I'm aiming for right now, if not very late 2021. I'll be doing my own vampire thing. It's official. Things are being hammered out. Friends are being sifted through to ask for casts and everything like that. So it's happening, guys. It's happening.
And Prince. And you're muted.
I'm so used to like it being on my mic and then not doing it in here, but I muted it. Whatever. Anyway, hello everyone. I'm Prince, aka Dimples and Dice. Find me at Dimples and Dice around the internet, Twitch, Twitter, all that jazz. Let's see. Tonight we'll actually be doing our MFN Crab Truckers game. Last week got absolutely derailed because real life kicked a bunch of people in the pants at the exact same time. Don't you love that? When that happens and you're the freaking storyteller. But anyway, that'll be happening. Then we will be coming back the next week after that with our third season of Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by Night. So season premiere will be the next Saturday after this one. So I'm really excited for that because I have things I'm cooking up and Sabat are one of them.
and everybody makes perfectly valid, awesome life decisions. No negativity is brought upon
stuff
anybody
like
in
this
the Coterie.
that just happened in this episode that never happens on my show. They've never flesh crafted one of their own Coterie members. That's never happened.
That's an oddly specific example. Joe.
Hello, my name is Joanna. I was playing Abigail. I am here every Saturday. I've done a piece on our Patreon, which if you go there's some lovely stuff from Mr. Duran Giovanni, otherwise known as our wonderful Cliff. There is a super secret venture meeting of awesomeness. And there is also Abigail getting cussed out by Cassius. So that's a thing. Please go and see it. Please join our Patreon or spread the word if you can. We are hoping to put more content up there. And also, we put some more stuff on Threadless. We have an Oops t-shirt for
hashtag
that
Oops.
time. Yeah, hashtag Oops. For, that time when you either breach the Masquerade or
accidentally hit
Diablerize somebody or
send on your phone or activate it.
Yeah, oops, all Malkavians.
Yeah, just oops and cloud memory not included.
And I am Storyteller Steve. Pretty much everybody covered a bunch of the stuff that's going on. Tuesday D&D, this Vampire Saturday Takeover, which you're right in the smack dab center of right now, because we had Patrick started the office hours thing where he explains a bunch of Vampire the Masquerade stuff. He starts at 11 PST. That's going to be going the whole way through. He raids into us. We raid into the Level Up Dice game. Level Up Dice game raids into, apparently this week, big motherfucking cab truckers, zombie apocalypse trucker things. I don't know what's going on. All those words mashed together sounds like something I want to watch. So I'm going to be going over there. We have Sunday D&D starting up. We got Changeling. If anybody wants to run anything else and feels like running stuff, let me know. Like a one-shot and get your name out there as a DM, GM, whatever. Let me know. And I can even contact some of the people who are here. See if we can put it on their channel too. Get everybody, get the whole family together. So we're going to get right over to the Level Up Dice game right about now. So see you later, everybody. See you next week when we find out what's going to happen. And we are out.